What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Chrisean Rock is a very controversial lady, all right? And we've seen the things that happen to men who deal with Chrisean Rock. Look at Blueface. I'm not saying that he wasn't going down that path already, but what I am gonna say is she's been a cancer in his life, all right? Just been terrible. I think Blueface was on, he's not really a great rapper, but I think that he was on the up and up. Then obviously dealing with her, we've already seen his struggles. But then let's look at the guy, Ronnie Doe. Now, Ronnie Doe is an ex-boyfriend who has come out and said that he is the father of Chrisean Rock's daughter. And he went viral for a confrontation inside of a mall.
Girl right here, Junior right here.
Can you chill
weird
out?
as a you weird as shit.
Me at the mall?
You weird as shit.
What's wrong?
You weird as shit. Like stalking you. That's my fucking son. That's my son. That's my fucking son. What you want to do?
Excuse me.
What do you want to do?
I'm calling the cops.
I don't give a call him. Nobody touch you.
Go to the car.
Call him.
Go.
Yeah.
Go. Calling the cops.
And after that, he continued to go around trying to get court orders.
The child support office, and I had to fill out an application. So now everything is about to be going, y'all. So I turned in the packet. Everything is good. So Junior and Chrisean will probably hear something in the next 4 to 6 weeks. The lady told me it takes about a month and a half, 2 months for the process to go through. But I did get the application and I did turn it in and the process is rolling. So in the next 4 to 6 weeks, God willing, Chrisean is going to be required to do a court-ordered paternity test. And once we get this paternity test, we shall have more insight.
As you guys may have heard, just last night, he was shot and killed in front of his home. And my condolences to his family, to this young man. I know there's all kind of conspiracy theories out there as to why he was shot. Some people believe that it has something to do with trying to shut him up, and that they're trying to blame, I'm hearing Chrisean Rock and all of this. The reality is that we don't know, family. I don't know who shot the young man, and it's not my business. But I do want to talk to you brothers out there about the situations that you're in and why you need to avoid all of them, okay? For me, I lived in Del Paso Heights, and I never had to deal with a Chrisean Rock, and I'm not blaming her for this incident, but there's something to be said about dwelling in what is known as the hood, or having the hood mentality of Black America, dealing with the struggle. And that's something a lot of Black men have an issue with. I made a video about 10 years ago called Putting the Hood on Pause, okay? And I noticed that whenever I go back to Del Paso Heights, it's the same as it was when I left, right? And my fear for many of you Black men out there who are dealing with certain people, dealing with certain women, and like I said, you're kind of going back and forth in that same element, and you find yourself not growing because you're in that element, and now that element can be monetized. Being hood is monetizable now, more so than it ever has been, not just for rappers, but for whoever else. Look at Sukiana. Look at Sexy Red. I think this brother, Ronnie Doe, he was building himself quite the platform. And we all know what happened with Chrisean Rock. Being hood is monetizable, but it puts you in hood situations. And the world is bigger than the hood, okay? And you have to make sure, some of you brothers out there that live there now, we know that some of you don't, but those of you who are living there, you gotta understand that it's more to life than just that female that you used to deal with, all right? It's more to life than that baby mama or that chick that you used to deal with that you feel like ain't no good. It's more to life than to dealing with what's going on the streets, at Junebug's Chicken and Waffles house, or the barbershop hanging out all day. You got to give yourself a shot. And it's not just because of what I'm talking about here. I mean, I just want to just be honest, because sometimes it's accidental. I know guys who have been killed accidentally. It ain't even their fault. You know, somebody just shoots you because you're somebody they thought it was. And when you're in areas where people just don't care and, you know, nobody loves them, well, what is the outcome for you? And this is why black men gotta really, really, really try hard to change their environment, man. I done seen dudes get in trouble over a dice game. I done been to double casket funerals. I've seen it all, man. And no disrespect to where I'm coming from, but if I would have stayed in Del Paso Heights, if I'd have stayed in Sacramento, albeit I was a guy that was trying to do better for myself, but that environment, it's just not gonna be conducive for guys to see something different. It's a lot of stuff that I used to trip off when I was like 20 years ago in Del Paso Heights, and now I look at it and be like, oh man, that's childish. How was I even worried about that? How was I even dealing with her? Like, you know, now that I'm in Uganda, or when I was in Poland, your boy's getting to see the world. I met so many black men that have come out to the continent and hung out with me. I've seen Dubai. I've seen some of the places that the world has to offer. Some of you brothers have been to DR, you've been to Thailand. You're not even worried about what you saw back in the hood, man. It's just not real life anymore. Your life is different. And you don't want your life to be cut short because of foolishness. And if it was somebody trying to shoot him, I bet you it was over something that was foolish. It wasn't worth it. Give yourself an opportunity to shine, brothers. You deserve that. Live your life, man. There's so much out there. It's so many things you can do in the world. I mean, I'm in Africa, man, every day. You know, I get to go out. Okay, now Israel, you know, I might see a goat out there. Okay. It might be a few sandals out there. All right. It might be a few chickens out there, depending on where I'm at. But you know where I'm at? I got the opportunity. You know, I get to get on and go to Nairobi for a weekend and go out there and see Nigeria. I get to see different things and get to do different stuff, meet different people. But it could have came a time in my life where I'd have made a decision, man, in Del Paso Heights. And you know what? All of that could have been lost over something that's dumb. Then when if something happens to you as a black man, we lose out on your talent. We can't get your talent, who you're supposed to become. We can't get that. And that's sad. It's not just sad for yourself. It's sad for black America. We don't know what this young man could have become now. You know, he might have been going through something right now in his life, but that's not to say that he couldn't have become something different. We don't know. And we'll never know now because he's gone. But I urge you brothers out there, man, just sometimes watch YouTube videos. You know, when I was trying to come out of Del Paso Heights, I was 34 years old. I was old, man. I was watching a channel, a brother by the name of Phil Cole versus the World. We ended up having a really big beef like 2015, 2016, but Phil Cole versus the World, man. And Charles Tyler, those were the two black men that I saw that were living a life I never thought I would be able to do. I never thought it. And I thank God for just seeing two African-American men from my community that were able to do something that was different, man. I mean, I'm just so thankful. And so many brothers, you know, you don't know how it's gonna happen. Just sometimes watch what other brothers is doing, man. Just watch other guys. See how they're living, you know? See how everything is going for them. And then come back and look at yourself and say, you know, one day it's gonna be me. Or, you know, you're gonna go to a certain college. Sometimes, man, I would just look at, I would read the US News, best colleges, you know, the top 100 US News. Best colleges, news and reports, something like that. Best grad schools, I would get the edition. I would say I'm gonna be in there one day. I read an article one day in US News, World Reports, and it says 15% of junior college students go on to the university. Now I'm seeing numbers as low as 13% or as high as 31%. But you know what I said? I'm gonna be in that number, okay? I'm going on to finish my career. I went to, you know, from there, I went to there. I went to get my bachelor's. I went on to medical school and finished that, okay? And I kept reading. I kept looking at where I wanted to be. I never stopped dreaming. And I want you black men to just keep, if you're in a situation what's tough, keep dreaming, man. Keep believing in what you can be. Life is for dreamers, man. You know, that's how you change your life. Because if you stop dreaming, you'll be stuck on what you guys call a chicken head. You'll be stuck on menial things. Them people gonna die broke and ain't gonna have nothing. You just keep on doing what you're supposed to do. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. back at it again with an episode of Unless Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.